Hello students, let us discuss another important concept in surface chemistry, that is colloids. In this video, we will be discussing on its introduction part and comparison with true solution and suspension. On the basis of the size of the particles, substances, the solutions may be divided into three types, that is true solutions, colloidal solutions and suspensions. Let us compare the properties of these three in a tabular form. True solutions actually are the homogeneous mixtures. Example, salt in water, the particles are uniformly arranged or uniformly mixed. But colloids and suspensions are heterogeneous in nature, that is heterogeneous mixtures. If the size of the particles is less than 1 nanometer, then it is called as true solutions. You can see if it is less than 1 nanometer, then the solutions are actually called as true solution. That is the example we have taken salt in water. And if the particle size is greater than 1000 nanometer, then it is called as a suspension. That means the size of the particles are much bigger. And if the particle size are in between 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer, then it is called as colloids. So, in solution, the size of the particle is less than 1 nanometer. In suspension, it is greater than 1000 nanometer. And if the particle size are in between these, then we can call it as colloids. How we can separate the particles? In true solution, the particles cannot be separated by filtration. Example, salt in water. We cannot separate salt from water by doing a filtration. But in suspension, it can be easily filtered by the help of filter paper. That means sand in water, if you filter it, you can easily filtrate the sand from water. In colloids, the normal or ordinary filtration is not possible, but ultrafiltration can be used to separate it, the particles. So that is the difference on the basis of separation. Setting of particles. In true solution, the particles do not settle, but in suspension, the particles easily get settled down under gravity. That means sand in water, when you keep it for some time, the sand particles get settled at the bottom. But in colloids, it only settles on centrifugation process. Visibility. The particles of true solution are invisible because of very smaller size that we have discussed, less than 1 nanometer. But the suspension, the particles can be visible to the naked eyes. But in colloids, it is only visible under ultra microscope. Tyndall effect, that is a scattering of light by the particles, which we'll be going to discuss in detail in this chapter. So when you compare the three solutions, true solution does not show, colloids and suspension show the Tyndall effect. Brownian movement, that is a zigzag motion of the particles. In true solution, it is negligible. Colloids shows the Brownian movement, that is a zigzag motion of the particle, but suspension it shows. Let us take examples of these. True solution, that is salt solution, colloids, milk, suspension, sand in water. So let us in this chapter we have to discuss colloids in details. True solution we have already discussed in the chapter solutions. So let us discuss what about the colloids. There are two phases in colloids that are: consider a colloidal solution, which is shown in the figure here. Here we can see there are two phases. That is, one is the present in the smaller component, the other one is in the larger component. So these particle which is shown by blue balls, these are actually, it is present in small proportion, but the liquid which is used here, that is present in large proportion. So as in solutions we have learned that which is present in the smaller proportion, that component is solute, and the larger component is called as solvent. In the case of colloids, we'll be using the word dispersed phase and dispersion medium. These actually are on the basis of its proportion. So it is a component which is present in the small proportion, that is called as dispersion phase, just like solute in the case of solution. And the component which is present in large proportion, that is called as dispersion medium, just like solvent in the case of solution. So which are the two phases? The two phases of colloids are dispersion phase and dispersion medium. That means the component which is present in small proportion, that is dispersion phase, just like solute, and which is present in the large proportion, that is dispersion medium, just like a solvent. Let us take one example of a colloids, that is starch solution. In this, two components are there. One is the starch particles, the other one is water. So which one is present in the small proportion? That is, starch is present in the small proportion, that is called as dispersed phase, and water is present in a large proportion, that is called as a dispersion medium. Some more examples of colloids are milk, blood, honey, and starch solution. And there are another such more examples also there, which we'll be discussing in the further videos. So that is all about the introduction of colloids. We have discussed about the two phases, that is dispersion phase and dispersion medium. I think the word is clear to you. As just like we have learnt solute and solvent in solutions, the two terms are here in the colloids are dispersed phase and dispersion medium. And we also compare the three solutions, that is true solution, colloidal solution, and suspension. So this is all about the introduction part. The details will be explained about colloids in the next video. So thank you everyone.